Hi and welcome to my video. Today's video is going to be the second update to Pandat Palette 2024. My Pandat Palette for the year is Colourpops Going Coconuts. So the first shade in the palette up here is called Shredded. I have used it a whopping 24 times, which for reference, last month in January, I used it only 13 times, so that is a lot more. I use it every time that I do my eyeshadow, which means that in February there is 29 days this year, and I did eyeshadow 24 out of 29 days. That's very good for me. The pan in Shredded has definitely expanded since last update. Next eyeshadow is called Palm Reader. Here there is a nice dip going on. I don't know if you can, I'm trying to show you, but I don't think you can really see. I used it 18 times, which is very good. Again, I use it in my inner corner. Next shade up here is called Coolada, a cool toned crease. I used it 6 times. That doesn't show any signs of usage at all because it's so firmly pressed. Next shade down here is called Lovely Bunch. I used it 15 times, which is again good for me. Next shade. I set a goal last update that I wanted to use the shadow up, and as you can tell, there is a tiniest slither of shadow left. Everything else is empty. The tiniest slither is here. So I didn't manage to use it up. I was so close. I'm so disappointed. I was working on it so hard this past month, and I was really hoping for it to be used up for this update, but unfortunately it is not. I used this shade 17 times. I think there's like maximum 3 more uses of this shadow left. I unfortunately couldn't get any more uses out of this shade because this video needs to go up on 1st of March, which currently it is 1st of March, so I'm filming it, I'm editing it, I'm uploading it all today, but next month is definitely gonna be used up, like 100% sure. Next shadow is called Shell Yeah. I didn't use it at all. It's just not my type of shade. We'll get into it probably in summer. Next, in the last row, is a shade called Get Cracking. It's a dark brown with some glitter in it. I only used it twice. Next to it, down here, is a shade called the Cocoa. I didn't use it either. I actually don't mind this shade, but I guess I was just so focused on the shade here, the Cocoa Crush, that I didn't use this at all because I didn't want to take any possible usages away from this shadow. And the last shadow in this palette is called Nutty, and surprisingly I used it 7 times, which is very good for me. So this month I was using Nutty instead of Get Kraken, apparently. And February uses, these are a lot better than my January uses were. So now I'm kind of hopeful that I can actually use some shades up in this palette. I'm actually really proud that I could get so many more uses on these shadows than I did in January. For example, on Cocoa Crush, the shade that I was trying to use up, in January I only used it 6 times, and now in February I used it 17 times, which is like a lot more. That's more than double. Palm Reader, the inner corner shade, I used it 6 times as well in January, and then in February I used it 18 times. That's a lot more. That's very good. So let's set some goals for the next month. I definitely am gonna be able to use this shade up. There's just such a tiny amount left. I can definitely do it. I don't know if I can actually set another goal here because hitting pan would be quite hard. The only shade that I could see myself hitting pan in so early is this one up here called Palm Reader. But I don't know. Can you see the dip? I don't know. I'm gonna try. I'm not gonna set this as an official goal, but I'm gonna try to hit pan in Palm Reader by the next update, which is gonna be on 1st of April. I want to also set a goal to use all of the shades at least once, because this month there were 2 shades that I didn't use at all, and I kind of want to get at least 1 use on every shade each month, even the ones that I don't want to use. Because how else am I supposed to finish this whole palette within a year? I mean, there's like 90% chance that I won't, but I'm gonna try. I'm gonna try my best. So that is it for today's update. Thank you so much for watching, and bye bye.